I'm here again in the Banshee Labyrinth again with Dean Tsang again. Last year I talked to Dean and now the show again. Yay!
We are back.
We're back. So what show are you doing this year, Dean?
So this year I'm doing a show called Reservations. It talks about the restaurant of the mind. So the way it works is, because I'm talking to you right now, there's a table in my head. You are occupying that table, and any other thought that tries to come in that would derail the conversation or move the topic like elsewhere is told to get a reservation, is told to come back later. And the show explores what happens when like the inner critic tries to get a seat in the table, and like, can you bat them away or do you have to serve them?
Well, you have to serve them in the restaurant, otherwise you get bad reviews.
You get bad reviews.
So how's it been so far?
It's been really good. So last year I bought the Anxious Measurements trilogy, and bringing like Anxious Measurements number 3 to an audience who had largely not seen 1 and 2 was quite a tough pitch. So bringing a new show which has a completely brand new sort of premise to it, one that when you handed the flyer, I'm in a costume, I'm dressed as a chef, tends to attract a lot more people in. So I've noticed that this one in particular has gone really well.
That's good. So it's flashy and it's got theme. It's high concept.
Yeah, in a way.
Yay.
And this time I've not been in the big book.
Oh.
I didn't.
How have you found that?
So compared to last year, it's actually been the same. Where the last year I was in the big book, I paid £400, but the audience numbers have largely in part been exactly the same as last year.
That's interesting. Yes. The audience members for mine have been slightly bigger.
Yeah.
Because I get about 8. Oh, I'm still getting 8. Yay. So it's difficult to know what to do. Like, have you found flyering has helped?
Flyering has helped quite a bit, and it helps to have like a really catchy tagline that draws people in. I find there's like several stages of audience engagement. So the first is they look at you and they approach, or like they seem engaged. The second is handing the flyer physically. And the third and final thing is having like that rapport that sort of gives an inkling they'll actually want to be at the show. Yeah.
You can sort of get a little thing. What I've been doing is I've been hiding my flyers in the wee blue book.
Yeah, that's a good tactic.
Here's a wee blue book.
Yeah.
And they take it or they don't take it. And I'm like, I don't care anymore. Come or you don't come.
If people look at the timings of a venue, it's better to offer the wee blue book because that gives them the full program. And then, hiding your flyer inside like the page where it's on. Is like the most old school technique that always works.
I mean, especially since usually if they're like come to see something else, you're like, well, maybe I've got you another day. Or you'll just look at my website, or you'll just remember me and come to see my show next year. Or maybe not.
And it's always hard to tell, isn't it?
It is hard to tell. And you can't really tell. You think, oh, that's my audience, and they're not. And they come to see you and they're not. Or you think, nah, they're not going to like me, and they love you. Have you found that? You can't really judge people at all. You should never judge people.
People who look really stone-faced and take a flyer might end up going to the audience. In reverse, some people who actually say, I will be there today, don't turn up. And that's not a problem. It's just the way things are at the Fringe. It is. I mean, you can't tell when you're flying, but you also can't tell in the audience, because some of the people that are just looking at you and you're thinking they hate it, and then come up to you afterwards and you go, oh. But then the people that laughed all through it just go past and don't give you any money. It's a nature of the beast, I guess.
So how is your poetry career in the wider aspect? Are you finding your way in the world and going, I am the new poet laureate of everywhere?
So the traditional trajectory for a poet is to do a show, get it published in a book, and then to tour the book.
That's good.
I think that like it is a good thing to do. I think like my approach has been to do as many fringes as possible, sort of like get a feel for the circuit, and then very slowly get like a pamphlet together. In the end, there's no rush. Like whether it takes me 10 months or 2 years, the community will always be here. Sure, like the Fringe is a once in a year kind of thing where people all across the world will come together. But like you'll notice that a lot of the people who come to your shows as just getting set up are people you know. A lot of the people in my audiences the past few years have been from the poetry scene. The difference has been is that across the years I've gotten to know more people in the poetry scene. So even though I'm seeing more people I know, I'm seeing more people.
Yeah.
So I think there's no right time to get a book published. And I think that the best thing for my career is to like just keep trying new things. And then when something really sticks, something that I'm like, oh my God, this is the thing I want to do. That's when you take it to the next stage.
Yeah.
That's when you're like, okay, maybe I can develop this into like a full bespoke, I don't know, thing I can tour around the UK.
Yes.
You know?
Well, that's interesting. My spoken word career was there. So that was me.
Yeah.
So I didn't do it the right way. This sounds like the way that you should do it, which is good. That's a good top tip.
Yeah.
Yes. So how many books have you published now, and how many shows have you had?
So books published, I've actually not published any. I've not had like a bespoke collection yet.
Yeah.
But in terms of shows, I've done 5.
So it's time.
It is time. It is going to be time, yes. So after the Fringe, I'm going to very slowly, mind, like, because the months before Fringe are mental. Like, you need that month to cool down. But the plan is to slowly get some pieces together, get a bespoke pamphlet, and then either approach a publisher in Scotland for it, or self-publish it. And then
self-publishing is really, that's I mean, if you get a little pamphlet and then maybe get a bigger one through a more legitimate publisher, then that's usually the way to go. The first one, the small pamphlet, is usually self-published. Is it not traditionally? Am I wrong? This I'm working on like hundreds of years ago when I was doing stuff.
A lot of the poets in the scene will self-publish their first pamphlet.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing with collections is that it takes too long. I think for it to be published, it usually takes about 2 years.
Yeah.
And there's no momentum in that. Like if you're touring as a poet, you've got to be able to come back full circle by the time that gets published, so you can go around with that.
Yeah.
But you know, like it's a very nice problem to have. You know, I'm being published. Like, oh no.
I found when I was doing it, because I was doing like spoken word, but I was also submitting to magazines. And the thing is with magazines is you can only submit a certain amount, and then like if they've got like if they're quarterly or whatever, like like we'll take one, and then in 3 years' time. So that's a very slow. That's even more slow way to do it. And then by the time they're published, you're like, because like nothing in the meantime has published you, and you've given up by the time it gets published.
Yeah,
I found. So so probably the way you're doing it, it's slow and steady, and developing your audience so that you know that they're there when you finally get it.
Yeah,
sounds like an amazing and very not just sensible, the wise way to go. Wise, Dean, you are wise. Yes. So this particular one is restaurant. Have you taken any inspiration from any restauranty type stuff?
So the inspiration for it, the idea came originally in Asda. I was literally shopping for food, and I was like, let's make that poem from that set into a set itself. And I was interested in like inner voices and the conversations between. So for context, the show is entirely told with a voice recording.
Yeah.
So a voice recording that's 40 minutes is synced up to me speaking. So there are gaps in between lines of dialogue where I fill in, the voice recording fills in.
Yeah.
And that was inspired from a song by Eminem called Guilty Conscience 2.
Oh, right.
I was at an airport when I listened to it, and I was like, oh my God, the idea of like spoken word, but it's you speaking, but you against yourself. And it really like sparked something. And I think that like it was the kind of idea that just didn't go away. Like I was like really like strongly attached to it. And I thought, okay, after the Anxious Measurements trilogy, the next thing would be to explore this, because it's not been done in that kind of landscape in spoken word before. You get people with sound cues, but never someone with like a full other performer start to finish that's done with one button for text. You know, it's quite different.
So you have to really remember your material, presumably, and know when to come in.
Yeah.
So is there any room for like improvisation, or you're just like, no, gotta do it this way?
There's actually loads of room.
Hey!
So the way that it works is that there's always pauses between every single line of dialogue. And so long as the thing you says makes sense, you can fill it in with whatever you want.
Nice.
In the first run I did it, I didn't know all the lines.
Yeah.
So what I did was I just sort of ad-libbed a lot of it, and it was still relatively relevant to the story.
Yeah.
It was just not the dialogue I've written down. So you can improvise.
So you got the touch points.
Yeah.
As long as you say it in the right amount of time.
Yeah.
You can't over improvise.
Yeah, exactly. So long as you don't go against the recording, people won't notice.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So, how many shows have you done so far?
So I did 2 the week before.
Yeah.
6 this last week.
Yeah.
And this is my Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So 5 plus 6 is 11. This will be my 12th show.
Ooh, yeah. And are you doing other people's shows as well?
Am I doing other people's shows?
Yeah, you're doing like spots in other people's
shows.
Where else are you appearing?
So tonight I'm appearing at Screech Night as a feature.
Yeah, yeah.
And on Sunday we're doing the anti-slam. The traditional anti-slam format where it's competitive bad poetry.
And I believe you won that last year, did you not?
Yeah,
I was there. I saw you take your prize. Yes.
So, yes.
What did you do last year?
So last year I was a bottle of mayonnaise. And I did a poem about being a mayonnaise bottle. This year I'm going to keep that a secret.
Yeah, obviously don't give it away.
Yeah, I won't give it away.
You can't win if you already given away your thing.
Yeah. So I've ordered the costume, and it will be coming tomorrow.
Whoa,
so I'll be
exciting.
wearing it on Sunday.
Well, that's something to look forward to. Yeah. So your show is what time the main show? Reservations. Is it called Reservations?
It is called Reservations. It's on every day at 4:30 in the Banqueting Hall. Every day except Monday. And
don't come Monday.
Yeah, don't come Monday. I'm seeing Florence and the Machine next week, so.
Oh right.
So I'll be away.
Well, you can join Dean on a concert trip.
I mean, yeah, if you want to come to the concert,
probably costs a load of money though, isn't it?
I'm sure tickets are still up. Yeah,
Don't say that. Florence is probably like, no, I sold out. My goodness me.
Probably did.
Yeah, Florence and the Machine. Is there an actual machine, or is it just Florence?
I think there actually is a machine. I think all along it's been Florence and like the speakers and the tech that goes into projecting music and all that. I think that's the machine. Yeah.
Wow, Florence. Yes. What's your favourite Florence and the Machine song?
So this is a nostalgic one. It's called No Light, No Light. Was in one of her like really early works. The reason it's my favourite, is because I had this memory of like being a student at uni. And being a student, you'd write things at like the very last minute.
Yeah.
So the way it would work is I'd have the Monster Energy, I'd have rainymood.com specifically for like the ambient like rain and lightning.
Yeah.
And then I'd have Florence and the Machine.
Yeah.
And specifically that song really helped me like write my sort of stuff on the day before the deadline, which is ill-advised because obviously you're stressing a lot, but it's student life, you know?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I was just like racking my brains. I'm like, what's a Florence and the Machine? Dog Days Are Over, that's one,
That's a class song.
That's the song. That's the song that's definitely by Florence and the Machine. And that one that was in Doctor Who, there was Toclafane in it.
Oh, yes. I forgot the name of that song.
What that was? Yeah. It was a song. Yeah, wow. Florence and the Machine. Not relevant, but Dean's interested in it, so that's one of the many references that you can put on your table with the Reservations.
Absolutely.
I should think. Yes. So what are your favourite genres of thing, generally? What things do you like in the world?
In the wild, I'm really interested in things that explore a subject matter, but like in a way that hadn't been considered before. So that would be more sort of like your theatre, sort of your spoken word can do that as well.
Yeah.
Because it's the most fluid art form, I think.
Well, I think it's adaptable.
Yeah. Sometimes dance can do it as well. It's a bit more like one shot, one hit kind of thing with dance, but open to it. Other than that, like music's really, I love a good music. Love a music. I love a good song. A good band playing. Comedy can do it to a degree, but it's very tough because comedy, you've got to make it funny.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to find it in a certain angle. So long-winded answer, but like
you say that, yeah. With dance, sorry, carry on with the dance,
Yeah, so long-winded answer, but like I'd say like a theatre, spoken words, definitely. And like sort of like your visuals, sort of dancing, all that.
Like all of it. That shows you something. It's deep and meaningful, and shows you something that you weren't expecting.
Yeah.
The thing is, there's been a lot of stuff that is billed as comedy that isn't necessarily comedy. You're looking at things like Richard Gadd and Hannah Gadsby. And Is that a person? Yes. I'm just like randomly. Yes, it is.
Yes.
What?
They are people.
Things. What? Yeah. Where it's been more than comedy, and I think that is important. I saw somebody on the internet talking about how they didn't like the Edinburgh Fringe because they were expecting all slick, really high quality things that had loads of tech and all the things that were supposed to be funny weren't funny enough for them. And they were talking about their life and things that were traumatic and serious things, and they just wanted jokes and laughter. And I'm like, why are you here then?
Yeah, exactly. Like, sure, there's probably like one show out there that does that.
There must be.
There's like thousands of shows every year at the Fringe. But the Fringe is about iterative art, you know? It's not, nothing will be like sublime to the level where, you know, you never want to see art again because that's answered your question, you know? Like, a lot of people come in here with like works in progress. Sometimes they're repeating a tour and it's the same good stuff that's targeted to a niche audience. I think there's something for everyone at the Fringe. Yeah. But what matters is like when you go in, don't go in expecting to find the, you know, like the pinnacle like of everything, you know? Doesn't
never expect anything.
Yeah.
That's the theme of my show. Never expect anything.
Yeah.
Nice segue. Segue spelled S-E-G-U-E. Spelling and everything you learn here.
Amazing. Yes, you learn so much. Wow.
So yeah, you've got a show today. You're looking forward to it. You're like, geared up.
Good. Yes.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fantastic.
I'm looking forward to it. At this point, I'm noticing a mix of like people I know.
Yeah.
And then like one or two like pairs of random people, which I love. So random people, for those that don't know, is the public that you don't have like a first or second degree connection to, and that's like quite magic, right? Because you're meeting someone you've never seen before, engage in the stuff you do. That's what we mean by random.
New blood.
New blood, yes. Fresh recruitment.
You dry, like a vampire, the poetry vampire. And now you are one of us. Poetry. That's it. That is a lot of the thing, though. The audience for the poetry and the poets are the same thing.
Yeah.
Even if they're not at this point, everyone that's going to come to see you will at some point have a show here, probably.
At some point,
it's just, you know, it's inspirational, really, and it's a nice feedback loop, really. I think.
Yeah. I'd say so.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think we've come to a notch because I think you've got to get ready for your show, haven't you? And you're probably like, I've got to save my voice now.
Yes. I've got to start flying. Get the word out, and you know, it's a grind, but it's a nice grind. You know, it's like you're putting yourself out there.
Absolutely.
And it's like each time you hand a flyer out to roll the dice, you might not get what you want a lot of the time, but an occasion.
Which is if it's a reference to last year's show, isn't it?
Yes. So for last year, I rolled 5d20. Yeah. And if I landed 5d20, I'd buy everyone in the room a drink.
Yeah.
Luckily, that never happened.
Thank goodness.
Because I would have been out of pocket quite
Imagine if you'd had a full house, like 90 people.
Yeah.
Because you can definitely fit 90 people in there. 90 people all would have had a drink.
Oh my God.
My goodness.
I would have been terrified. Yeah. There was the reverse though, where if I rolled 5 ones, everyone had to buy me a drink. So either I'm out of pocket or I'm in hospital for liver failure. Like, there's no in between.
Lose. Excellent. So this year there's none of that shenanigans.
Nope.
You've
my
learned your
liver's quite
lesson
safe.
just in case.
Yes.
So it's the poems mostly, are they food based or are they all different things?
So the entire thing is technically one poem.
Yeah.
There's like one poem inside the piece itself. That's about the idea of cooking, the recipe, and like the art of like being still. And there's also like a rap at the end as well, which is quite nice. But in large, it's all dialogue. Dialogue that's told in free verse and blank verse. So if you're like a poet head and you've got an ear for meter, you might notice some of the intonations and the rhymes. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're like rattling your head about. But a lot of the time, it's just conversational dialogue that just happens to be rhythmic.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Thank you.
See Dean's show. Say again where it is. Banshee Labyrinth.
Yes. 4:30 every day except Monday.
Not Monday.
In the Banqueting Hall.
Until the 30th.
Until the 30th, yes.
Yes, Banshee Labyrinth, Banqueting Hall, 4 4:30.
4:30?
4:30
Yep.
every day until the 30th, except Monday.
Except
Don't come
Monday.
Especially on Monday the 31st, because it'll be done.
Yeah, no one's on that day.
Nobody's on that day. All right then, thank you very much, Dean.
Thank you very
Bye.
much. Bye.